High blood pressure, most docs will call it essential hypertension, and that means we don't know where it came from. Well, once you go back and look at origins of these chronic diseases, most of us are beginning to believe that it's AGE and not aging, getting old. Advanced glycation end products. You see, they get into the pressure receptors in our kidneys. And it gets more interesting. Just take a look at this video.
But D. Dutton says, in the intro, you started to talk about the flozins and Barrow sensing. More discussion, please. But I did not bring up Barrow sensing specific to the gliflozins. Either the articles that we covered mentioned that today. What I was talking about with Barrow sensing had to do with an article that Jesus covered a couple of weeks ago. It's this article where we think that there is no sign of kidney disease, even though we know the patient has significant ongoing years and years worth of prediabetes and or diabetes. And the cautionary tale to remember that GFR might not be as good as you think because of Barrow sensing. One of the first things that happens is as you start to get that early diabetes injury to the kidney, the Barrow sensing steps in and says, wait a minute, you're starting to drop your GFR, so let's increase the pressure. And most of us think the vast majority of blood pressure is what we call essential hypertension or idiopathic, and we don't know what the cause is. In my mind, I think the vast majority of it is exactly what we're talking about here. Some early AGE, advanced glycation end product, damage to the kidney, to the filtration mechanisms in the kidney, and to the Barrow sensing. So the Barrow sensing sees that, they push that blood pressure up, and they increase the kidney function. So that's what we were talking about, D. Dutton. Jesus, I jumped on a bunch of different areas. I'm not sure that I made the connections as obvious as they need to be. Any comments or improvements on that?
The way that we usually measure GFR of glomerular filtration rate is with creatinine. So we use a couple of formulas to do that. And it's not unusual to see a person with important insulin resistance who have a creatinine of below 0.5, which might look normal. And you calculate the GFR and it comes to 110, 150, and they think they're okay, but it's just that red flag that says, hey, your kidneys are over-functioning right now, and your OGTT shows that. That's why it's important to complement all the studies, because if you only see a glucose of 95 and a filtration rate of 100, most physicians will think, oh, you're okay, let's see you next year. And you see them next year, and then blood glucose is 110, and the GFR is starting to decrease, but it's within normal levels yet. So then you skip to another year and just get on that roller coaster until it's too late.
Very, very helpful.